Hi everyone. So today I'm going to talk about, what are your options if you are already inside of Canada on a closed work permit, that is an employer specific work permit. That is you got an LMIA approved based on which you applied for your work permit and you are working for a specific employer, you're already inside of Canada. Or you set up your business here in Canada through the intra-company transfer program. You came here, you set up your entity, all of that's wonderful stuff, but things are not going as planned. Your business is not picking up, or unfortunate reasons you have lost your opportunity with the employer, that is you've lost your job, but you're now stuck with a closed work permit, an employer specific work permit, whether it's an intra-company transfer work permit or an LMIA approved work permit. You're stuck with that now. So what are your options? What can you do? Can you just convert that to an open work permit? No matter how much you read online, there is a lot of confusing information about this. Please note that there is no way to convert a closed work permit, that is an employer specific work permit, to an open work permit. You just can't do that. Your only options are, first is to look for another job. Look for another employer that may want to hire you for your skill set, because you're already here based on the fact that you have some really good skill set. Your employer was able to prove that your skill set is sort of very rare inside of Canada. So you just have to find another employer who's willing to go through that process, even if you are taking up maybe some of the charges of applying for a new LMIA, which typically is not openly talked about, but there is some understanding that you can come up with the new employer. If they really want your skill set, they can apply for a new LMIA, and based on the new LMIA being approved, you can apply for your work permit to apply to work for that new employer. Note that you really can't start working for the new employer until and unless you have this work permit approved. Until then, even though you don't have your current job, or things have changed, you're not working for that employer anymore, but you still have a valid work permit, that will allow you to stay until the work permit expires. That is your existing work permit. Okay, so keep that in mind. The second option you have is, this is an option that I find for many intra-company transfers who have set up their operations here. They've set up their subsidiary or branch or affiliate in Canada. They come here and then they realize in about a year and a half, things are not moving as per their expectations. And so now they really want to change their course of action. They want to now figure out what other options there are. Now, for those people, I think the best option would be to purchase an existing business that's doing well. You do the financial due diligence, you figure out the business is doing well. You can purchase the business, but you need to purchase at least a 51% stake in the company that you're purchasing. And based on that, we're able to do the LMIA application. Of course, we have to go through the advertising efforts now, because the rules around that has changed. So we just can't, straight away go and apply for a work permit. We have to go ahead and apply for LMIA. So we have to, do job postings to prove that there is nobody available here locally, a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen, to run that business. And then based on that, we get the LMIA approved. And then we go ahead and apply for the work permit. So that is really the owner-operator LMIA program that I'm just talking about. And depending on the kind of business you purchase and depending on the location that you purchase it in, the advertising efforts may not be that difficult. If it's a run-of-the-mill, sort of food franchise, you're buying smack in the middle of the Greater Toronto area, for example, then it may get slightly difficult. And we have to also make sure that the business that we're purchasing very well aligns with the experience that this person has, who's willing to sort of let go of their business and really purchase another existing business. So we want to make sure that it is all sort of aligned properly, and there is not a complete mismatch between the experience of the person purchasing and the business being purchased as well. So that really is the second way to go about it. So in this case, what do? You have your current work permit. You make sure that you are giving yourself enough time, because these, purchasing a business and sort of applying for the LMIA and then the work permit, it takes time. So if you are starting the process literally 30 days before your current work permit expires, it's not really the brightest thing to do. You need to give yourself at least maybe 4 to 5 months, if not more, to start looking at the different provinces and where you want to purchase, the kind of business you want to purchase, and all that stuff, right? So once you have applied, because the first thing you need to do is to purchase the business, and then you go ahead and apply for the LMIA and the work permit and everything, right? But until you get that work permit approved, you really can't start running your own business. Even though you have purchased the business and you have at least a 51% stake, you can't do anything with that business until and unless you have this new work permit approved. So that could take some time. So you want to make sure that you're giving yourself enough time, because mind you, if that is still in process and your current work permit has expired, you may be allowed to sort of continue till a decision is made on your new work permit, but you really can't work anywhere in that time frame. So you just have to keep that in mind as well. And the third option, which I don't really find very many people going for this option, but if you are really in a position where you don't want to leave Canada, you want to stay here, and you want to really somehow figure things out, then the next best option would be to apply for a study permit. So you go to one of the DLIs, you enroll yourself into a really good program. Because you're within Canada, you're already on a work permit, just getting your study permit may not be that difficult, depending on the program that you choose. And again, there has to be an alignment about why you're choosing that particular program. It cannot, very explicitly be just to, be within Canada. So if you sort of keep all of these things in mind and, figure things out, I know it can be a very rough situation to be in when your business is not doing well, or you've lost your job and you're on a closed work permit. But know that these are really the only ways you can, sort of come out of that. And a lot of people find it very difficult to find jobs or employers, who would go ahead through the LMIA process. But trust me, there are employers out there who are looking for your kind of talent. If you're already inside of Canada with, having proven to, ESDC that your skill set is rare, there is definitely other employers looking for your kind of skill set. So you just have to really look around and network your way around to find that. And purchasing a business and really sort of taking your course of action, in that direction for people, especially intra-company transfers where the business is not doing well. That again is not a very easy route, and it's very challenging, it's very stressful. But mind you that if you really figure out the right business to buy and it's generating good enough revenues, you just have to run that business for 1 year and then you will be able to apply for PR. I did have a discussion with another client just a couple of days ago, and the person brought up a point about getting the 200 extra points. And because he's getting the 200 extra points, because we're going through the LMIA process for the owner operator program, she was saying, oh, I can just go ahead and apply for PR right away because now I have an approved LMIA. Now, mind you that is a different program altogether. So if you are on an owner operator program, you will have to run your business for at least 1 year before you apply for PR. You really can't just say, okay, I've got my LMIA approved, I've got my 200 points, I'm going to go ahead and apply for PR right away, because that's what so many people will do. They'll just pick up a business for 250, 300,000, they'll get the LMIA approved, and then they'll just go ahead and right away apply for PR. So, Canada wants to put some checks and balances on certain things and how things are, how businesses, they want to see that you are actively running the business. You're not just purchasing it just to get the 200 points and then apply for PR. So hopefully that makes sense. It is not the same as coming here as on a job with an employer for, through the LMI approval and getting the 200 points. It is not the same as that. It's a completely different program and it works completely differently. So you need to make sure that you are running your operation, running your business actively, and you have to prove that before you can go ahead and apply for your PR after 1 year of operation. So I really hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have. And good luck with everything.